questions for all of our interns, so I want you to this is the one to really think about, okay? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
When I'm 80.
Learn, boys, because this is what cool is. How in one generation have men gone from guys like Jack Nicholson and Harrison Ford to...
Okay, hi, my name is Nuruda Ahmad binti Karudin. Okay, I will start my video critique. My group choose this movie, okay, from Netflix in the year of 2015. This movie is directed by Nancy Mayer, and actually this movie also listed as a box office movie. And I just would like to highlight two main characters in this movie. The heroine is Anne Hathaway, acting as Jules, and the hero of this movie is Robert De Niro, which is acting as Ben. Okay, a very short synopsis I would just like to share to you all. Okay, this movie is actually movie that tell us about the retired senior citizen. They want to start working and get more experience after their retirement. Okay, in this movie, Jules, they have one company that doing business for online outfit. Okay, they are selling outfit through online. And the second character, who is the hero, is Ben. Okay, Ben, in the age of 70, he interested to go for the interview when Jules' company opened for offering to be senior citizen intern in their company.
And I would like to explain the critical incident where Ben, he go for interview for senior intern program, and the critical incident happens during the young interviewee, Justin. He is asking to Benjamin, Benz, where he sees himself for another 10 years, which is equivalent to Ben age 80 years old. And then Justin just realized that Ben age is 70s, and he then realized that the question is not suitable to ask him, as he has overlooked on Ben's resume. So on the positive aspect of this communication is that Justin and Ben, they both can move on to the other questions with relax, and then Justin did compliments to Ben for his 40 years working experience in phone book industry. And then the negative aspect is that it shows that Justin did not seriously read the candidate's profile, and he did not ask the suitable questions during the interview. So as a way to improve is that Justin can improve his communication skill by doing some homework research or read on candidate's resume, so that he will be able to know the suitable question to ask the candidates. Critical incident is where Becky feels that her boss, Jules, didn't notice her hard work. She told Ben that her boss noticed the old school intern, which is Ben, but not her. So here we can see that Betty is still very sad, and she's crying. And the positive aspect that you can see here is that Becky colleagues being supportive to her and acknowledge her effort for her hard work for the companies. And Ben actually shows that he can help Becky so that she can have some little time to spend with her friends. And also for the negative aspect is that Becky is putting high expectation so that her boss will look at her hard work, And Becky feels that when she divided her work with Ben, she feels that she is weak and she cannot do her job done. So as a way to improve this negative aspect is that Becky may change the way she think. For example, when Ben is working with her as a team, not as a competitive or anything negative, but the purpose of Jules divided their work is because her boss Jules is concerned about her, and then of course is to achieve the company goals and a certain timeline. So it doesn't mean that when the work is divided, it doesn't mean that Becky is weak or she cannot get her job done. So maybe I may suggest that Becky may change the way she thinks. And for the third critical incident for me is that where the stages in the problem-solving process, where Ben's actually explained to his boss, Jules, that she spent her most expensive advertising is actually bring the customer spend the least, and the channel she least investing for advertising actually has the highest potential. He did explain that he got the help from Becky for the data reading, and for the positive aspect here is that Ben read his boss before define any problem, and then he did identify the problem to make his boss clear with his point in just a short explanation, and his boss asked him to come up with a better plan. And for the negative aspect is that when Ben actually asked Jules if she is aware that Becky is helping a lot and she have business degree in pen, but Jules was too busy to remember, but then she promised to say something good to Becky because of her hard work. So as a way to improve the negative aspect here is that Jules may not remember all of her stuff due to she have about 260 staff in total. Of course, it will be hardly to remember, but as Becky is her personal assistant who works closely with her every day, she may want to notice and acknowledge some of her hard work as a show of appreciation or encouragement to the staff. And this can lead to positive working environment and also creating more loyal among employees.
Okay, hi, come back to me again. Okay, I will continue for the critical incident number 4, which is, we can see here, the critical incident number 4 is highlighted about the persuasion influence. Okay, persuasion influence, it's happened, the situation is happened between Jules and their colleague Cameron, who advised Jules to accept the senior internship program, and Jules need to take one of the intern senior citizen, and then at this situation, Jules disagree. Jules not happy, and Jules don't want, because as I told you earlier, that Jules think that the senior intern will not helping her to do anything. Okay, that is the situation. So what I can say here, for the negative aspect, Joel is undergrade actually, the senior intern who is banned because of she looked down on Ben abilities. Okay, for the positive side, in this situation, Cameron tried to influence Jules. Okay, he tried to influence Jules, specifically a persuasion influence. He used fact, which a lot of research about senior intern has done a result that will be incredible. Okay, so way to improve in this critical incident is employee must form a good convincing, persuasive argument when trying to persuade someone to change their mindset, okay, their behavior or attitude, which may be create better result in future. Yeah. Okay, for the fifth critical incident happened in this movie, it's workplace culture. Okay, but in this situation, it's very positive. The culture workplace that in this movie show is very positive. All the staff practice positive workplace environment. Okay, because what we can see, the positive aspect here is they are also positive in this situation happen in their company, and they are respecting each other. For example, you can have a look between Ben as a senior intern who joined them. They can respect Ben even though Ben is very lack knowledge about the technologies. Okay, this is one of the sample way that we have to follow in today's workplace. But only to improve this, I would like to suggest might be the attire for the staff need to be more formal. Yeah. Okay, now come to the critical incident number 6, the last critical incident. In this critical incident, I would like to highlight about positive attitude professionalism. Okay, in this situation, Jules and Ben met for the first time. Okay, so Jules told Ben that she will transfer Ben to another department, which is she will assign Ben to stay at the marketing department. But Ben have a positive attitude, which Ben accept the assumption done by Jules, but in a polite way. She give an excuse. He asked permission to Jules to give him some time to get to know working under Jules. So in this positive way being, as a top management, we should do some reading, research on the new ideas from our supervisor. It can be positive impact when we can, as a top leader, we can change our mindset, which is might be these new ways can improve our organization in future. Yeah.
And as the conclusion for the 3 critical incidents that we can learn is that do not put any expectation. We should have clear communications to avoid any unwanted conflict, because our perception might not be true, and just like how Becky feels about her boss and how Jules looked down to Ben's ability because of his age. And next is that with acknowledgement, it is very important in a positive working environment, because people are easily encouraged when they are being acknowledged, and it will make people feel appreciated, and when they feel appreciated, they will feel like to give more and to do more. And lastly, it is important to speak any issues in the right way, the way Ben's addressed his boss to speak any issue, like the advertising issue. This can be seen that he is being serious about his work, with the research and the facts that he find out.